Hello traders out there in Traderland, D7 here with Grok Trade. So anyway, we're going to start off on the VIX chart. Let's get started. If you don't know what the VIX is, it's simply a fear indicator. When the fear is in the market, it goes higher. When there's no fear, it goes lower. We're looking at the fear indicator right now called the VIX, VIX. If you look at this daily chart, on the fear, we had this symmetrical triangle, kind of a descending triangle. We had a breakout, and the breakout commenced, looks like around March 9th. March 9th was the breakout, it comes up. Now it's making, can anybody tell me what type of formation this is? Called a bull flag. Bull flags are more bullish than they are bearish. They up, up, up. And it's a flag waving in the wind. Some people call it a bull pullback. I would call it a flag, choppy little flag. And, you know, if I were to go to a 5-minute chart and blow this up, I'd have to really blow it up. It goes up, 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 and goes into this flag type of formation or a bullish pennant. Do you guys see it on the 5-minute chart? Might be better. Let's see what an hourly chart looks like. Now you can see it. Yeah, a little better here on the VIX. Go here, goes up, 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 and there's your triangle at the top. That's much more bullish than it is bearish. Go back to the daily chart. And that's why on the daily chart I said that's more of a bullish formation. Always go to the lower time frames to see what the pattern is if you have a hard time identifying what the higher time frame is. And anyway, the reason I say this is because there's certainly a chance for fear increasing out there, and I could certainly see us get up to the 30 mark again fairly soon, and probably up to the 32 plus mark. That means the markets are going to go way down. Now, let me explain something to you. We have some things that will fly in the face of that, and I want to talk about it, but it's not gold and silver. I promise you that. Everyone's going into gold and silver. Daily chart, big symmetrical triangle. Friday, boom! After an extended run, I mean, we went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, roughly a full week going straight up. We talked about that last week. Go watch my video, and we talked about, you know, how this was setting up to go bullish, and sure enough, that's what happened. But on Friday, a big breakout of this major trend line up here on huge volume. Why? Because of what's happening in the economy right now. People are fleeing into this. The U.S. government, if you haven't noticed, is trying to shut down cryptocurrency. It is going after. It's got its bead, on any bank out there. It's trying to make money through being an access, a conduit, if you will, for cryptocurrency. So do your own research. Look at, what is it called? Choke point. I think it's Choke Point 2.0. But do some research on that. You'll see it. U.S. dollar is going, it has to be protected. U.S. government has a really big job to protect the U.S. dollar. It sees crypto as a threat, and it is going after it in a big, big way. But anyway, check this out. Big pop there. A lot of people getting gold. A lot of people getting into silver. You can see this big run up, 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 up. We are a lot of buying taking place. Now, here's the part with silver. I like gold better than I like silver, but silver has a lot more room before it hits resistance here. But this is a bear flag. If you look at this, you know, we come up here and do this, but kind of a bear, more of a bear pullback. We're at the 50%, at 61. This would be a place to be selling it after this pop. So it'd be interesting to see if sellers would come in, if this will start to drop down a little more. But if you look here again at gold, it broke over this on huge, huge volume. I think we have a good chance of it pulling back and maybe building a base here. I don't want to see it come back inside these lines. If so, this could be a death hook and we could see a significant sell-off. I just don't see a sell-off happening, especially with the buy volume that we're coming in here. All right, so if we go up to USD, here's the dollar. Had a falling wedge breakout, up, up, up. It's pulling back here. So is this a head and shoulders? Is it going to start dropping? If so, that's going to help out the markets. Or is this a bull flag that's getting ready to pop higher, which is certainly on the bigger time frame looks like that's what's going to happen. And that's going to play havoc on commodities and stuff. But here it is, XLF. If you look at this, we are way, 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 way oversold. We had a symmetrical triangle this last week. Bam! Down to the downside. Got very choppy last few days. But RSI is extremely low, guys. In other words, relative strength is low. Look for there to start to find some buyers to come back in. The question is, will we get back above this? If we can get back above it, this will be an inverse death hook where this thing could get really bullish and fast if it were to come back in. So something that we'll be watching for. Russell's 2000, same thing, just a bloodbath. Down, down, down. Broke through two major trend lines, guys. And that's why you got all this crazy bouncing. I don't know if you guys had a chance to really watch Russell's and small caps, but it was just down and then up and then down but up and then down but up and then down on Friday. I mean, just that is craziness right there taking place on huge volume, guys. That's the volume prints behind it. You can see this, you see this, and this is the 20 period moving average. Look how high the volume is. So that could be capitulation here, and we could be going higher, and if it's so, we could just see this monster bullish move into the markets if we get this. So there's some good prices here. NASDAQ, what's interesting, everybody is interested in semiconductors, and people are buying into this. And you had this bull flag. You can see it right here. This is the Qs, so we're looking at tech stocks, and then boom, to the upside. It wouldn't surprise me to get a little pullback before it rallies higher, but definitely in a big uptrend, relatively speaking, doing much better than everybody else. The Dow is down, 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 down at major support. Look for that to bounce. It's a falling wedge. That's more bullish than it is bearish, but we're really relatively oversold right now. A lot of buying could come in, and we could see a bullish week. Spiders, if you look at this, up, down, 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 gap down, run up right to the. This was a great buy opportunity, guys. We have a thing that, so if people were to buy the annual on our. Anyway, I don't want to get into all this. Doesn't matter. But we have a market maker course, and and that right there was it. Bam! And look where we're at now. That's a real powerful, and that would have been a move. That would have been a buy right there. That would have been a buy, a potential buy right there. So these market maker moves are really, really powerful. I don't see anything down here, but really, really powerful if you can find them. Symmetrical triangle, look for a big breakout or breakdown. Anything can happen. What I do know is the moving averages are acting more as resistance than they are support, so that's more bearish than it is bullish, but we're relatively very oversold right now. So just a quick look why we're here. And do you guys like the speed? Let me know if you like the speed, because this is going to be a shorter video, and it'd be interesting to find out if you guys, if you guys like the shorter videos and more concise or not. So if you quick look here at this weekly chart on the spiders, big symmetrical triangle. We're at support. Look for that to bounce up. This is going to be a huge move, guys, at some point. It's going to be a huge move to the upside, a huge move down the downside. We got big volume on the buy side. Guys, be watching this. This is setting up to be a monster move in the markets. It'd be a significant move, and it could last a while. What I'm looking for is how this price action will act on the weekly chart with these moving averages. Will it stay as resistance, or will those moving averages act as support, and will we finally get a breakout that will stay above the trend line? Will it break out and stay above it, or is it going to break down and go below it? I'm telling you here, guys, if you haven't watched my last video last weekend, watch that. We have another year or two of bearish activity. Bad things are coming in the recession pullback. We will see double-digit unemployment. I'm not here to scare you. Just tighten up on some things and weather the storm, and then we'll get another bull rally going into the future, and we'll all be really happy. If you don't know how to short, right? You'll be happy in a couple of years when you can just go long in the markets. But that's what we're seeing here at the Dow. If you look at the Dow weekly chart, same thing. We're in this big symmetrical triangle. If you go here to the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ broke out last week. So see the symmetrical triangle right here? It broke out. It went up, and it stayed right here. And we talked about that. Go to the video and see what we talked about, how it was just hitting the ceiling, staying here, and then boom, to the upside on big volume. It has another trend line to contend with. Can it break through, or will it hit its head there and then travel back down above this trend line? That's the big question. We want to see that. And what you're looking at down here is our algorithms. We let you lease or license our algorithms. If you look here, you've got some buys down here at these lows. You got some sells right here before the drop. You got some buys down here at this low up, and then you finally got a sell right here, and it dropped, and then it popped again. So that's called the Grok, by the way. That's what happens That's what I happen to have up at least at this moment. And the Russell's 2000, big drop down, but Friday cracked the major area of support, guys. The Russell's 2000 is saying this market is going to go down. The Russell's will more than likely, 90% chance, if it breaks down, the rest of the market will break down. So the symmetrical triangles that we're seeing in the markets right now, has a much higher probability. I'm going to say 75% chance of breaking down, not up. And if it does break up, it will be short-lived. It'll be a death hook and a major sell-off going into the markets. I'm seeing this right now. The only thing that will save it is if the weekly chart on the Russell's 2000, which is the IWM, I'm looking at the ETF, the exchange traded rate. If it drops, and then it rallies back up. I mean, after all, we do have a buy down here. See this buy? The buy on the Grok algorithm says buy, and this could pop up. If so, that's an inverse death hook. This thing could go up here and get really bullish and fast and break right through, and it'd be a solid multi-week run to the upside. And financials, if you look at this, another big break. So not only did small caps break a support line, the same thing happened to the XLF, which is the banks, and that broke, and it closed at the day's low with massive volume, guys. People are freaking out because of the banks going under right now, and it is something to be looking at. But we're at big time buy territory. Any sort of buying down here to look for it to bounce, and it'd be a bear pullback. So down, and then bounce, bear pullback to resistance, and then drop again. That so multiple months out, that I could certainly see that happening here. So I'm going to end with that. So what are we saying? The VIX technically is set up to go up. That means the market fear will go up. And the only way for the VIX to go up is if the markets are selling off. It is a bullish formation on the VIX. Furthermore, I have breakdowns taking place on the weekly charts on the financials and on small caps, which usually tells us what's going to happen going into the future. That is very telling. Been trading over 25 years in the markets using technical analysis. I can always tell you, even though they break, I used to be saying it's a 100% chance we're just going to get a sell-off here. I have learned to say it's never 100%. You don't know what's going to happen in the markets. All I know is, technically speaking, the markets are very weak, and the markets that haven't made the move down yet are in symmetrical triangles, which build up steam. It's a coil that gets wound up tighter and tighter going into the apex, and then bam, to the downside. That's what we'll see, more than likely. Again, I reserve the right to say we could get an inverse death hook, and you will not find that terminology in any books or anything. This is something that I have coined and found out myself. We teach this in our mentorship. So there it is. And matter of fact, we have a mentorship coming up. It's for 3 days. This is time to get into this, and we're happy to help you guys. But guys, markets are crazy at this moment. Buckle in. It's been so choppy. If you have made it this far, I applaud you. You guys are trying to learn. You guys are engaged, and I applaud that. Well done being in here and educating yourself and not being the ignorant ones out there. When I say that, I say it with all due respect. I'm talking about the undereducated. Okay, that's all I meant by that. The undereducated individuals out there that don't have an interest, perhaps, to want to educate themselves. I applaud the fact that you're doing this. So kudos to you all. So, all right, I'm done babbling. But that is it. Let me know where you're from. I want to know what state and or country you're from. You guys, I can't believe how many people and how many of you guys speak Espanol. Don't type any, a lot of Spanish in there. I can't understand it yet. But yo estoy aprendiendo español. Muy bien? So anyway, I'm just trying to learn. I have some people that I'm surrounded with that are helping me learn this, and I'm motivated to learn another language. But here in Florida, I got to learn Espanol, right? You're in Florida. Everyone speaks Spanish. So you guys are great. Let me know where you're from. Put it down there. And if you made it this far, say, I made it. And we will know what that means. Catch you guys later. We'll see you. Bye. guys, why are you still here? You're supposed to be gone while I still have you. If you haven't joined the 301 mentorship yet, seriously give that some serious thought. Mark the Meerkat's been trading a long time in the markets. As you know, I have too. We take people under our wing and we teach you what we do to trade in the live markets. We trade a significant amount of money on a day-to-day basis in the live markets ourselves. If you're going to learn from anybody, learn from us. It's the 301 mentorship program. We've been doing this a long time, and we're happy to help you. The algorithms, that's a no-brainer. Get in on that. Let the algorithms help you down the path. Education with specialized knowledge with trading algorithms makes you unstoppable. There you have it. Now, get out of here.